Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Due to YouTube's changing quote-unquote community standards, I created a channel called Grumpy Old Fart over on Rumble, a free speech alternative to YouTube. You can see all of my stuff over there, including my political and social commentary, as well as my current events videos. The links to my YouTube and Rumble channels, as well as links to let you order my books, are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Say my own name, amazing. I'm doing an AD&D advice video on cursed items. One of the most devious and diabolical concepts in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons, or in any Dungeons & Dragons version, is the cursed item. As a dungeon master, cursed items are just fun. A cursed item could be literally anything, and the effects of such cursed items are literally unlimited. Some of the cursed items listed in the Dungeon Master's Guide include a shield -1 missile attractor, which means it actually subtracts 1 from your armor class, and it either subtracts 1 or gives you no bonus whatsoever, depending on the Dungeon Master, and it attracts missiles. So, you know, arrows and spears and what all. A spear backbiter, which means that you throw it and it comes around, circles around and hits you in the back. Cursed books and tomes. A sword -2 cursed. Cursed scrolls of all kinds. Chime of hunger. That one's just nasty. We lost a party to one of those one time. Eyes of petrification. Horn of bubbles. Sword cursed berserking. We lost one of our best fighters to that one time. This is by no means all of the cursed items in the books. Be sure to read up on them before you include them in your game. 2 points. First, it falls to the Dungeon Master to take every step to convince the players that a specific cursed item is not cursed. That's one of the aspects of cursed items. They pretend to be something beneficial. If a player character knows an item is cursed, they will not touch it. In Lord of the Rings, they had the one ring pretended to be a ring of invisibility, and it worked just like one. The problem was, every time you used it, yeah, you see what I'm saying? It was cursed. Remember, skipped a page, hang on. The second point is many artifacts and relics, especially the more powerful ones, are a mixed bag. They have good abilities as well as bad afflictions. You take the good with the bad. Many artifacts and relics appear non-magical and may even appear worthless. I had a player pick up an ornately carved rock that some previous denizen had dropped into a chest along with a few dozen minor gems. The player character threw the rock away, kept the gems. The rock was the Eye of Vecna. It's laying in a dungeon, in a cave somewhere. The cursed items in the books are by no means all of the cursed items in existence. Over the course of my dungeon mastering career, which is over 44 years, I have used thousands of homebrew cursed items. Some of the more inventive items include a quill, a writing quill, that helps the player character to write both eloquently and persuasively. It also turns every reader of whatever he's written into a homicidal maniac bent on the player character's demise. Another one was a tome that adds 3 experience levels to every being that reads it. It also turns the reader insane permanently. Some of the insanities, you do the random chart, so some of the insanities are kind of minor. Some of them are pretty bad. So, you know, you take your chances there. A ring of protection +3, which is great for a player character's armor class, but also causes the player character to fail every savings throw they make. An item, like a ring, an amulet, a bracelet, whatever, that causes every person the wearer meets to save versus magic, or outright loathe the wearer. They may not try to attack the person outright, but, you know, if you go to a shop to haggle for an item or whatever, yeah, you're not going to come out good in that one. Or, God forbid, you're accused of a crime and go in front of the judge. You see? That kind of thing. A belt of giant strength that not only changes the sexual preference of the wearer, but turns them into a ravenous sex pot bordering on a serial rapist. This one, I found out the hard way, will destroy party cohesion in no time. Yeah. Found that one out the hard way. And plus, it's a belt of giant strength, which means they're really damn strong. It's hard to stop them, you know. A battle axe +3 that does the same damage to the wielder that it does to the target. So you swack somebody with the axe, you do 9 points of damage. Well, you take 9 as well. See. An item that houses a malevolent entity that can influence and eventually control the wearer. You have to be patient and take your time with this one. Trying to control a player character outright will cause problems. This one requires a certain insidiousness and patience. There's a lot of items that are intelligent and will try to influence the wielder, and that happens a lot as well. You got to be patient with that as well. Some items, like I said here, they house a malevolent entity that's either been trapped in there or was voluntarily went in for whatever reason. You got to be patient. You got to take your time. You got to be malevolent and at the same time insidious. You can't just try it outright, otherwise they'll know something's up. Okay? Let them use it and get used to using the item for a while, and that's a great item. It's a sword +5 or whatever. That's great, yeah, you know. And then 4 or 5 battles down the road, you know, yeah, maybe that's not exactly the best thing to do. You know, sharing your food with the party. Maybe they haven't done much for you. What are you doing for them? You know, that kind of thing. Just plant the little seeds there. Make sure that the group is unaware of what's going on. I know that sounds harsh, but that's the item here in question is communicating with the person telepathically at best. Sometimes it's just an emotional thing. You never know. It could just make them be mad at people. You know, I mean, the point I'm getting at is take your time. Play it out. Good players will understand that there's nothing personal. But be careful, because some players, I guess, aren't good players. I'm just saying. So this could destroy a party cohesiveness as well. So just be careful with that. It's a fine line. A weapon +4 that attracts diametrically opposed NPCs, PCs, and monsters within a 10-mile radius and compels them to attack the user. Those are just nasty. Those are outright, and you kind of know what they are. Now, remember, cursed items can be fun and hilarious, but you have to use them very sparingly and with temperance. A cursed item can easily destroy a party and destroy your game. I have seen friendships lost over cursed items. It's crazy, but some folks take that stuff seriously. They forget it's just a game. You need to know your players, and you need to know how they will react to cursed items ahead of time. This is not easy, and you can cause serious problems with an item going to the wrong player. Just be aware. Have an out. A way to get rid of a cursed item that is readily available to the party, just in case. I narrowly avoided such a catastrophe with a cursed ring. The player character wearing the ring tried to kill the party cleric, who used Remove Curse, which allowed the player character to remove the ring. The ring was later successfully destroyed, melted down. So make sure they have an out. Make sure it's not something the group can't recover from. Make sure, once it's over and done with, stress that the item did it, not the players. You don't want players pissed off at each other because so-and-so said this. No, that was the item that made him say that. You gotta make sure they understand that. And he was role-playing and he was playing his character. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, cursed items can be fun, but you got to be very careful how you use them. That's all I'm saying. I hope this finds everybody well, and I hope you enjoy playing Dungeons and Dragons. I hope you enjoy running it. I know I have. You folks have a good one. God bless one and all. Clarissa Lowe, a historian from the future. Delmore Kane, a Civil War veteran turned outlaw. This oddball pairing faces a conspiracy of epic proportions spanning the centuries. If you like action and adventure westerns with a splash of science fiction and fantasy, check out my book series Drifters and their ongoing adventures.